everybody, old guy here, and the novel today is I, Roger Williams by Mary K. Settle. There, that's better. Now, this is a novel that you read for the language and not for the story. If you're an English file or a Shakespeare fan or a poetry maven, then this is your book. Not that the story is second-rate or anything, but the language will slay you. It's readable, snooty English of the John Donne, you know, the For Whom the Bell Tolls guy variety. Not that the language is all that accurate. This is more a modern translation of what we 21st centurions, people who live in the 21st century, think 17th centurion persons of letters spoke and wrote like. You know, dense and recursive and the throwing around of punctuation willy and nilly, but not so accurately 17th century that you need to take a ye old English course or two before you make sense of this. And it is a delight to read, a test of your grappling with the language in all its elevated form. Many kudos to Mary Settle for the experience of it. Roger Williams, famous 17th century gadfly and founder of the tiniest state in the Union, Rhode Island, which could beat the crap out of some princess's country in a war, is ruminating in the last weeks of his life about that life, which was rather an extraordinary one. Jarvis to one of the greatest English lawyers ever, Edward Coke. I hope it's Coke and not Cook. Looks like Coke. Witness to King James and Charles I's reigns, friend of Massasoit, and victim of King Philip. Williams directly influenced the idea of English citizen rights. He was a principled, dedicated, and courageous believer in them, even if that meant Quakers could run around naked in the snow. Quakers used to run around naked in the snow? How about that? In this rumination, you get a fairly decent snapshot of King James and Charles I's spectacular series of blunders that led to the English Civil War, and Williams to the New World. Most of this is a home movie starring Williams and Coke, who is one of those well-known English personalities that you don't really know. You'll know and respect Coke after this, because the guy was cagey and brilliant, and you really don't want to play poker with him. Williams ends up rather disappointed in the old guy, but I think that's misplaced. Given the times and the propensities for cagey lawyers to end up headless, I think Coke did a masterful job keeping that head while undermining the kingly tyrannies. That the book spends more time in England than New England is a bit of a disappointment. I'd like to have seen more rumination over King Philip's War, which is the closest the Indians of North America came to driving the colonists into the sea. Mere hair's breadth they were from total victory, and you'd all be speaking Algonquin today. But I suppose that's a different novel, and it was quite interesting to dwell in Coke's chambers, so you don't really lose anything here. So read it, for the craft more than anything, and to get familiar with a somewhat unfamiliar founding father, one who actually lived his convictions. Old guy here. See you later.